Hello everyone, how's everyone doing today? Hope everyone is feeling really good. And today I want to share another quick topic with you about lease option agreements. How to do a lease option. I want to go over these quick numbers. Now this was a project that I actually had under contract, but as we went through our due diligence phase, there was a few things that we didn't like, so we decided to back out. But me and the seller agreed to a lease option agreement. So here was the term that we went. So it was a 35 unit building. The asking price was $900K. That's what he wanted for, because I gave him his full asking price. So he wanted $900,000. He wanted $100,000 down. He wanted $2,500 a month, and we did a 5-year with an option to buy, meaning that I have 5 years. Within 5 years, I have an option to buy this property. So that's what the terms was with the seller. Now, here was the numbers briefly that he sent to me on the trailing 12 financials. So he was bringing in on the gross of $120,000, which is, I think the studio units he was renting them out for like $280 to $300 a piece. The gross was $120,000 minus the 8% vacancy times 50% expenses, and the expenses is everything: taxes, insurance, property management. I think he was paying water, he's paying sewer, trash, etc. So that's 50% expenses. So the NOI I came up with was $55,200. Now on the trailing 12, his NOI was $87,000. But conservative numbers, I was at a $55,200 NOI. So the debt service that I'll be paying to the seller every year will be $30,000, because if you take 2,500 times 12, you're looking at about $30K. The cash flow after debt service will be $25,200. That's what I'll be bringing in my pocket. Now the question is, okay, Mark, that sounds great. The cash flow is $25,200. How did you get in this deal with no money? How, if I found a deal like this, how can I get into this deal with no money down? Okay, so how you get in this deal with no money down is basically you have to build relationships with passive investors. People that has capital, but they don't have time to go find a deal, put the deal together, building a team, building relationships, etc. So a passive investor will let you loan you the $100,000, which the $100,000 down, and you can give that passive investor a 10% return on this money, which means you'll be giving them $10,000 a year. Now, if you take away the seller, you'll be paying them $30,000. You pay your investor $10,000. That leaves you with $15,200, and you got into this deal with no money out your pocket. You got into this apartment building with no money out your pocket, and that's not even saying this will go up. And the reason why this will go up, because through our homework we did, we can get the studios to around $450 a unit. So that just increases your NOI if you do that within a year or a year and a half. So this number on your cash flow will go up. Now think about this for a second. If I give the investor 10%, I'm giving him 10% return on his money. And I'm set stone at $2,500 with the seller. That means every little profit that comes in that I increase values, this goes up. This number goes up for me. And I don't have to pay the investor more or the seller anymore. Now, the goal is with this, because see, here's the thing, the investor will give you $100K, but the strategy is, okay, well, if I give you $100,000, how am I going to get my money back? What is the strategy? Well, the strategy on this was, okay, we're going to go in, we're going to do some deferred maintenance, we're going to increase the value of the property, and we're going to refinance it in 2 years. When we refinance it, we're going to pull money out, and it would have been more than $100,000. We refinance it, pull money out, pay the investor off his $100,000, and then we're going to keep him 10% in the stake as well. So even when he has his money back, he's still going to be getting $10,000 after the fact. So let's say if we refinance it in 2, the seller's paid off, the investor has his principal back. The investor still stays into the deal, and we're still going to give him 10% equity of the building as well. So that would be a great opportunity for him, and that's something that you might have to explain to him, because a lot of times with these investors, they won't, what else more can you give them besides just give them a return? Okay, you're going to give a return, but do I get any ownership of the building? Well, at that moment, you won't get ownership of the building because you're doing it on a lease with an option. You don't have the deed. So you're just controlling the property. So you have to explain that to your investor, like, hey, look, I'm buying this property on a lease with an option. What's going to happen is when you invest your $100,000, I'm going to give you a 10% on your money that's going to be processing them within 2 years. So you'll make 20 grand in 2 years. I'm gonna refinance it. I'm gonna pull the money out. I'm gonna give you $100,000 back. So basically you made $120,000, and I'm gonna still keep you 10% in the building as well once I refinance it. So you're still gonna be getting 10% return or $10,000 a year, even when you have your $100,000 back. So I hope that makes sense. But this is how I put this deal together. And this is one of the ways I got into this deal with no money. We had everything ready. I had an investor that was willing to put the money up. We had everything ready, but due to some issues when we had it under contract, it didn't work out, so we decided to back out of it. But this was a way that I actually got into this 35-unit building with no money out of my pocket. So you're out there thinking like, okay, I gotta get in real estate and I need money to get involved. You don't need no money. It don't have to be your money. It can be investors' money. You just gotta know how to put the numbers together. So I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I'll be sharing more content with you soon. So I bless you and have a wonderful day. Thank you.